All right，各位同學大家好啊，今日係2020年啦9月24號。Okay，this is lecture 1 of the gas law. First of all, we will introduce the definition of pressure. Okay. Okay, in Chinese, adker. Okay, the same word can be used to represent the meaning that someone is under is very stressful. For example, many serious things happened around that person, and he or she just feel very stressful. Okay， 同個psychologically，OK， 嗰個 psychologically 嗰個意思就係嗰個人即係好多唔好嘅事情發生緊啦，咁佢就遭受好多心理上嘅壓力啦咁樣。咁呢度咧我哋叫佢做壓強嘅嚇。咁咧就in order to distinguish it from the psychological meaning, okay? Actually, the English word is the same. So first of all, pressure is defined as a perpendicular force acting on a surface. Okay, so this force should be perpendicular to the surface. All right, at right angle. Very simple, not very difficult. Okay. And so this unit, from this basic definition, the unit is like this. Because the unit of force is no Newton. The unit for meter, for area is meter square. So this one, the unit, first unit is Newton per meter square. Okay, this is the basic unit. And in order to give pressure a special name, we use this symbol, PA. We introduce the concept, the name of the unit, which is Pascal. Pascal is the name of a scientist, okay? And we use the short form PA to represent the unit of pressure. So that 1 PA, 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. Okay, 1 Pascal is equal to Newton's meter square. And this concept is defined mechanically. Force is a mechanical force, right? Okay, like this. I have holding a chalk, and I use a force pointing towards the blackboard like this. Then I am exerting a force, and then the force divided by the area of the tip of this chalk, which means I exert also a pressure onto this surface, the surface of the blackboard at this particular point, right? And now with this basic definition, we are now going to discuss or to have an exercise about this concept. Okay, so please take a look at example 1. A concrete block. 一個石屎嘅一嚿咁樣嘅block 啦嘅正方體啦嚇 rectangle block 啦measuring 0.5 meter times 1 meter times 2 meter, right? Like this. A 0.5 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter, right? Which is not drawn to scale, has a mass of 3,000 kilograms. Calculate the pressure exerted on the ground when the block is placed with its different faces in contact with the surface, with the ground, okay? Very simple indeed. For example, this is a block. I can use this face to put it on top of a surface, right? And I can also use this face to put it like this. And I can also use this face to put it like this, okay? Then according to the definition of pressure, one physical quantities change in these three different orientation or different situation, which is A, right? So we run through the definition now to solve this example. Okay, and with the same block, the weight, the gravitational force acting on the block is the same, which is we will take G as 10, right? To simplify the numbers. And so the weight is 3,000 kilogram plus 10. We'll use tens here. Okay, and we have 3 times 10 to the power 4 Newton. This is the weight of the block. And so we have three different phases when the block is placed on the ground, okay? So A1, we multiply the area of the first two dimensions, which is 0.5 times 1, okay? And then we have the second phases. Then we multiply the other two, the first dimension and the first and the third dimension, right? 0.5 times 2. And then lastly, we have another phases, which is 1 meter times 2 meters. Okay. And so apply the definition of pressure. Then we have P1, which is equals to force now is the weight, right? Over A1. So it is 3 times 10 to the power 4 over 0.5, and which gives us 6, right? Multiplied by 10, okay, 30 divided by 5 and 6 and 10, we have an index of 5. So this is the first pressure with the smallest phases contacting the ground. We exert the maximum pressure to the ground. Okay, and secondly, we have P2 equals to same weight, right? The same weight, the same object over 1, okay, over A2. Then it is 3 times 10 to the power 4 over 1 meter square. And so the unit should be Newton per meter square. And this is 3 times power 4 Newton meter square. All right, and then the last one, which has the largest area of the object, and we place it like this. And because the area is the largest, and with this orientation or with this situation, this will give us the smallest pressure exerted on the ground by this object. Now we have P3 equals to same weight, right? Okay, 1.5 Newton per meter square. And since this concept is newly introduced, and I would also like to introduce the new unit of pressure, which stands for Newton per meter square, and which is PA, Pascal. Okay, and this one is Pascal. Okay, and so we can express this with, if we take divided by 1000, then we have K, and this is PA, Pascal. Then we have 600 kPa. Oh, sorry. 60. Something wrong?啊，呢度錯咗呢度啊。OK。啊，呢度30除4個4嘅即係60 kPa 啊。咩呢個咧就係呢個就1000呢個 K， 呢個 PA， 呢個咧就30個 kPa。OK， 我哋 last one，the last one 呢個咧就係15個 kPa。OK。頭先呢個計錯咗啊，同學應該係呢個得1乘10嘅啫，呢個乘10呢度30除5咧就係6啊嘛，係咪？得唔得啊？頭先乘多咗個10。OK， now why I use kPa in this case, because in our daily life, in many circumstances, we will use kPa as the unit of pressure, right? For example， 我哋講咧嗰啲如果你第時讀建築啦、讀 building 啦或者你第時讀architecture 啦或者你係做相關嘅嗰啲專業人士啦，咁你知道咧，我哋講嗰個樓面啊，嗰個 floor 個能力啊 ，the strength of the flooring， 即係個樓面 ，OK， 地下你個地下嗰個能力咧個定義咧就用 kPa 嘅嚇。OK， residential 即係住宅嘅咧，大概係300 kPa， 即係個要求咧，佢嗰個承受嘅壓力咧係300 kPa， 即係你擺個木櫃落去，佢咧就嗰個地下唔會穿咗個窿咁啊跌咗落去嘅，可以托住嘅。OK， 或者有個女士咁樣嚇，佢係着高踭鞋、斗領踭咁樣，咁但係咧佢又好重喎，咁啊個斗領踭會唔會拮穿你個地下咧、地面咧咁樣係嘛？我跌咗落樓下咧咁樣啊？咁所以咧嗰個咧係需要去計一計嘅嚇，得唔得啊？好，咁喺呢度咧課堂嘅中間我再提一提啦。聽日上堂，我哋咧就有個 quiz 咧就係 uniform circular motion， 好短嘅啫，10至15分鐘。OK 啊，咁啊大家就翻去温習啦。我温習嘅時候咧，唔該你完成 homework set number 1， 咁咧就係你嘅 textbook。第316頁 question 3、4、5、6、7。我聽日唔該交功課嚇。今日我已經派翻晒所有嘅功課簿俾你㗎啦。如果你已經做咗㗎啦，咁 OK，very good， 你自己做温習啦。未做啲同學，因為好多同學冇交過功課簿啦，咁唔該你先交呢幾題先得唔得？交咗呢幾題先，最低限度交呢幾題。你做多咗冇所謂嘅，得唔得？我聽日咧就會收嘅嚇，得唔得 ？OK 啊。好啦，咁就呢個課題嗰個教嘅嘢咧，就係你哋之前買咗嘅即係課本 textbook 1 book 1 chapter 5係 guess law 咁樣。好，咁重要嘅嘢咧就講咗2次啦，唔止啦嚇。咁咧，如果有同學都係收唔到呢個信息咧，即係話嗰個同學咧冇上堂嘅嚇。咁冇上堂咧，咁咧就閣下自理啊嚇，你應該咧就自己去話翻俾我聽，你冇上堂啦。咁跟翻你要知道嘅學嘅，你要知道嘅嘢同埋需要學習嘅嘢啦，係咪？又或者你問翻你嘅同學仔啊，你今日唔記得上堂，咁老師教過啲乜嘢啊？有咩重點啊？你都要需要知道嘅。 咁呢個先係正確嘅學習態度。好，咁我哋呢一個 chapter 咧，就唔係想講嗰個地面嘅承托能力㗎嘛，係咪？我哋咧就係想講氣體嘅啊。咁所以咧，我哋跟住咧就要講個 gas pressure。咁因為咧個 pressure 嘅定義咧個 definition 得一個嘅啫。咁我哋人企住個地板所產生嘅壓力，同嗰啲 gas 啲氣體撞落個地下嗰度彈翻轉頭，撞落呢個牆彈翻轉頭，所產生嘅壓力咧，嗰個 definition 都係呢一個 ，OK， 就係 force 啊 ，perpendicular to the surface over the surface 啊 ，over the surface 得唔得？好啦，咁所以咧，我哋個 gas pressure 咧，我哋就話今日嘅氣壓係乜嘢啊？天氣嘅氣壓係乜嘢？係講緊，因為我哋咧嗰個地球外面咧係一陣好薄嘅 atmosphere， 有啲咧氣體咧包圍住呢個地球，使到我哋咧可以生存嘅。OK， 我哋可以 breathe 嗰啲氣呢個氣體入邊嘅嗰啲氧氣啦，係咪啊？咁佢都幫我哋擋咗一啲咧係太陽嚟嘅一啲有害嘅物質啦，例如嗰啲high energy 嗰啲particles 啦嚇。如果冇咗呢個大氣層咧，第一我哋呼吸唔到啦，係咪？第二咧，就算呼吸到，即係帶住氧氣筒咁樣，因為冇咗嗰個呢一層空氣嘅阻擋咧，咁我哋就即係 exposed to 嗰啲 high energy 嘅 radiation 咧，咁我哋都死得快啲嘅，快好多嘅。OK 好啦，咁所以咧，我哋其實個集中力咧喺第二點開始啦。第二點就係gas pressure 咁咧就係點解要傾呢樣嘢咧？因為咧when we talk about gas, we concentrate on 4 physical parameters. They are pressure of the gas, and then volume of the gas, and then temperature of the gas, and then mass of the gas, or number of gas molecules in a gas, or number of mole of gas. Okay? Okay, these three concepts are closely related. We will go over them later. Okay, so first of all, we pay attention to gas pressure first. All right, 咁我就話咧gas point number 1 on your notes, a gas exerts pressure on the walls of the containers which holds it. All right. Okay. Like I said, in this room, consider this room as a container, and we have a wall here, a ceiling above me, and a floor, okay, underneath, okay, and the floor at which I'm standing, and we have 6 faces, right? And pressure happens when the molecules strike the wall of this container, okay? Then what will happen? What will happen to these molecules? Okay, let's see. Oops. When any molecules collide the wall of the container, the molecule will bounce back. It hit the wall and then bounce back. And hit the wall again and then bounce back. Okay, and hit the floor and then bounce up again, and hit the ceiling and bounce down. All right, so they are bouncing around in all directions. Okay, and when they bounce, okay, they exert force. When they bounce, there is momentum change of each gas molecules, and each gas molecules during the collision of the wall of the container exert a force on the walls of the container, and that give rise to this force. When we calculate all the molecules together at a certain period of time, then divided by the area of the wall, we have pressure exerted on the walls of the container by all the gas molecules at a certain period of time, right? So that's how, that's the origin of gas pressure. OK， 嗱，我哋咧就唔會話我哋喺呢個係氣體啦，我哋呢個氣體嘅中間呢兩個手指呢個點啦，你話呢一點咧就咧嗰啲molecules 咧喺呢度咧就產生嗰個pressure 嘅個 pressure 咧係產生喺嗰個 container 嗰個牆個 wall 嗰度個壁嗰度牆壁嗰度得唔得即係包住嗰個位嗰度，因為喺呢度咧喺呢個空間嗰度咧啲 molecules 係走嚟走去㗎佢喺呢度咧唔發生碰撞㗎嘛係咪？可以即係呢度冇嘢個手掌呢個位係咪？個手掌唔喺度佢就穿過㗎啦嘛係咪？穿過啲 molecules。咁所以呢度唔碰撞咧，冇反彈㗎嘛，係咪？冇 bounce back 㗎嘛，咁就冇 momentum change 啦。所以喺呢度中間呢度咧，我哋就唔講個 pressure， 個 pressure 係發生喺邊一度咧？喺嗰個 walls of container 嗰度咁點解我 highlight 咗佢啊？因為你答問題，第時答問題嘅時候冇講清楚係 walls of container 咧，咁你個即係 marking 就會話俾你聽咁你即係答錯咗嘢冇分咁樣OK， 我呢個重點嚟嘅。好，第二。我頭先講咗啦，因為咧at the surface of the earth there is a layer of gas surrounding the earth. We call this atmosphere. 我哋叫做大氣層。OK， 好啦，咁呢個大氣層咧撞落喺呢個地球嗰個表面啊嘛，係咪？咁exert 嗰個 pressure 啦，咁呢個 gas pressure 咧就叫做 atmospheric pressure 啦。咁咧因為 just because we live on the surface of the earth, we use this to describe the atmospheric pressure all the time, and so we have many units for describing the atmospheric pressure. Okay, for example, 1 atm or嗱呢度咧，我哋講atmospheric pressure 咧，講大氣壓咧，大氣嘅氣壓咧就有好多個單位嘅，咁咧有時都會好亂嘅，咁咧佢哋咧有時會 interchange 嘅，譬如咧我哋常用嘅咧就一個 atm，咁即係喺正常狀態嘅 normal situation 咧就一個喺你表面地球表面上所感受到嘅嗰個氣壓就一個 atm，譬如我哋話有個低氣壓就嚟產生個颱風咁樣一個 low pressure 嘅 system 咁樣，咁嗰個 region 咧可能咧佢就去到0.87個 atm 咁樣OK， 可能咧佢咁樣描述嘅喎所以個 atm 係一個 unit 嚟嘅正常咧就一個 atm， 咁一個 atm 咧原來 unit of 呢個 Pascal 咧，我頭先學咗呢個嘛Pascal 或者 kPa 咧，或者 Newton per meter square 啦。大概咧個數值咧就係1.01嘅 times 10 to the power 5。有時個 0.01咧就唔要嘅咁淨係要1 times 10 to the power 5 Pascal， 或者咧就寫成100 K Pascal 啦，係咪咁呢個咧就係一個大氣壓力嗰個common values 好啦，咁有時咧又唔用呢啲單位喎，又用 cm centimeter mercury 有時咧就用 millimeter mercury 咁係咩意思咧？就話嗰個氣壓咧可以將嗰啲 mercury 咧就提升到咧，即係壓到佢咧升去某一個高度啊，升到嗰個高度咧，我哋知道嗰個 pressure 大概係有幾高啦咁樣嚇。OK， 又或者咧有啲人咧就用 bar 嘅 BAR。OK， 譬如咧，如果你玩氣槍嘅話咧，咁我哋氣槍咧就要即係噴嗰啲 gas 入去㗎嘛。咁我哋咧噴到幾時唔噴嘅咧？咁咧就係你嗰個氣槍有寫㗎，佢入邊咧正常你應該噴嗰啲 gas 落去咧，噴到係幾多個 bar， 即係幾多個times 嗰個 atmospheric pressure 嘅。咁有啲氣槍咧，譬如佢寫住10個 bar 咧，咁你就有個泵啦喺度啵咁樣你就即係泵啲氣入去啦，泵到10個 bar 佢咪停咯。咁有唔同嘅 unit 嘅，好多唔同嘅 unit 㗎。OK， 咁我哋咧 scientific 嗰啲咧即係淨係用呢個啫 Pascal， 即係 normal per meter square， 或者係 kPa 同埋 atm 嘅啫。其他啲咧我哋就你日常生活會見到，不過我哋咧就唔用嘅，得唔得？我哋唔用嘅 ，OK 得唔得？好啦，咁跟住仲有2點喎。好呢度point number 3 atmospheric pressure is the pressure exerted by air on our body surface all the time。咁咧，因為我哋咧就俾嗰啲 gas 包住㗎嘛，係咪？咁所以咧，我哋嘅皮膚上面咧 ，anytime 咧都係咧being bombarded by gas molecules being collided by the gas molecule。所以任何時候咧都有呢個atmospheric pressure 咧作用喺我哋身體上面。我哋感覺唔到佢嘅 ，we cannot feel it because we get used to it。OK， when we were born, we subject to this atmospheric pressure, so that we are used to it, and so we don't feel it。我哋感受唔到，因為我哋就自細就習慣咗，冇特別嘅感覺嘅對於呢個氣壓對我哋嚟講。OK， last point， gas pressure can be measured by a Bourdon gauge。咁我哋咧就有一個 gauge 一個錶啦，一個錶OK。咁有支針啦就幫我哋咧去量度嗰個氣壓嘅。所以 Bourdon gauge 咧簡單嚟講咧就係一個氣壓計Bourdon gauge 就係氣壓計，得唔得？好時間差唔多，我哋啱啱打咗鐘啦，咁我哋今堂咧就暫且到呢一度。OK， 咁我哋聽日翻嚟記得我哋就有個 uniform circular motion 嘅 quiz， 就唔會多過15分鐘，唔會多過15分鐘。OK， 大家要溫習我哋問嘅基本嘅嘢 ，fundamental concept， 唔會考到好深。OK， 咁聽日上堂見。OK，goodbye，goodbye class，拜拜。